September 17th marks over 200 years since the signing of the Constitution. To reflect, Wartburg revisited a trial that made Iowa history.
WTV's Caitlin Harbach talked with someone who was at the trial that made history.
Thanks, Jackie. It was a murder that made national news. Applington-Parkersburg football coach Ed Thomas shot to death. 3 years later, the college looks back on what happened and how the trial went.
A large crowd gathers at Wartburg College to remember the tragic death of head football coach Ed Thomas and how it impacted Iowa's legal system, all part of a series to celebrate Constitution Day. The forum held on Thursday took a further look into the Mark Becker trial and what local attorney Karen Thalacker calls the fair trial aspect.
It seems like that's a kind of a big issue that people don't know quite what to do with.
Mark Becker was convicted of murdering his former football coach in June 2009. Becker was a former player on Coach Thomas's team. He used the insanity defense, but would later be found guilty by a Butler County jury in March 2010. Iowa District Court Judge Stephen Carroll, who worked Becker's case, recalled what went on during the trial and how it changed not only the lives of the families, but also himself.
I wanted to keep an open mind. If the case were tried to me, I would not only have to select the appropriate law or the standards to apply to the evidence, but I would have to decide the facts as well.
Doug Schuler, who was on the jury for Becker's trial, also spoke that day. He opened up about his thought processes and whether the jury should find Becker guilty or not guilty.
What we were having a really tough time was with the insanity.
Thalacker adds not only did she want the audience to learn about the legality of the case, but the morality of the case.
So many people on campus who have a personal connection to this case, so it's not just the larger issue of the constitutional issue of a fair trial, it's also the other issue, the personal issues involved with the Thomas and the Becker families.